Hey guys, Prangell Gaming here and welcome back to a Millwall analysis video on my channel. In today's Millwall analysis video we have Charlton Athletic versus Millwall. Yes, the game that ended 0-0 between the two sides, the rivals that really both wanted to win. Now in my opinion Charlton probably should have had the goal stand that was disallowed, but that's another story. And obviously Millwall played better in terms of the way the stats look. Now the first chance in the game came as Tony Craig swung the ball up the pitch all the way up for Lee Gregory to run onto the end of it, and he did. He beat Patrick Bauer to the ball, and then as Gregory got to it he tried to chip the outrushing Declan Rudd, but unfortunately the ball went wide of the mark. The next player to have a shot was Nathan Byrne. He picked the ball up off of Andrew Crofts just outside the area. He did a little bit of dribbling, then he had a shot from outside the area which forced Jordan Archer to smother the ball, but he only made the save the second time of asking. It was actually a pretty good shot by the new Charlton Athletic player. Millwall again came close, but this time it was with a Sean Williams free kick. He crossed it in and then it met with the head of Byron Webster, who was falling as he headed it, but it went straight into the arms of Declan Rudd. And then the last final talking point of the game was where Jorge Takeira got booked for actually pushing Steve Morrison. That was in the 37th minute. Now the timing is important because obviously what happened in this game, and well, it was a challenge that Steve Morrison clearly wasn't happy about. And to be fair, those two having arguments and angrily talking to each other was really the way the game would go between both of them. Now into the second half, and well, it started with Charlton putting the ball in the back of the net. Obviously it didn't count as the score ended 0-0, but someone fouled Sean Hutchinson in the box, which means Bauer, who had put the ball in the back of the net, just didn't get the goal to be standing, as the referee decided that it was definitely a foul. But Bauer again put the ball in the back of the net. I'm not even being funny here. He's, for a centre-back, he was definitely knowing where that goal was, and this time it was a strange move that saw him score. As Jordan Archer went to kick the ball for a goal kick, for some reason he went to go to kick it, everything was fine, he then just let go of the ball and just decided not to kick it. Now Bauer didn't get involved, he didn't actually touch the ball, he didn't even touch the goalkeeper, but eventually when the ball was on the ground Bauer decided to get involved. He kicked it into the back of the net, no one stopped it from going in, and well, that was where Charlton were obviously frustrated, because I probably would have given that, because there was no way that Archer even was stopped by any player. He had the opportunity, all he had to do was lift his leg and kick it, but he didn't. So I think that Charlton probably deserved that, but obviously sometimes that's the way football goes. The refereeing, I've heard, was pretty poor in this game, so maybe that was a deciding factor. I don't know, I wasn't actually at the game. Now Shane Ferguson was the next player, which literally led to Millwall having an onslaught of attacks, as the ball was put down to him by Steve Morrison's header and he hit it on the half volley. It just went wide and just over the bar. We then came close again as Steve Morrison had a shot turned off the line by Jorge Takeira. This ball then went back to Steve Morrison, he put it in, and Hutchinson just headed the ball wide. And the final chance for Millwall was actually where they missed a pretty good chance from a goal, as the ball was put in from a corner. Lee Gregory then headed it, and it was a fantastic header and a great way for him to leap up, but he just missed the right hand post of the goal. That right hand side was just where it was going and it just went wide. Now the final thing that happened in this game, obviously I don't really want to say it, but it was after the full-time whistle, as Jorge Takeira threw the ball at Steve Morrison, and well, it was a silly thing to do, let's be honest. If you're on a yellow card you shouldn't be doing that. It was a very stupid thing, and I think looking back on it, he'll probably be upset that he did it. Obviously it's stupid. I don't think there's any way that can get revoked, because it was just stupid and violent. But obviously Morrison and Takeira have been giving it as good as they get, so I don't know. I think Morrison started it as well, so I know it was a correct call to make, but it was a bit unfair on the player. Maybe Morrison should have got a yellow card for it, but it's the way football goes, unfortunately, and I know that Charlton fans will feel really hard done by for that, because it was really frustrating for them. Now for the key players, for Charlton, I'm going to go with their defender Patrick Bauer. If it was no coincidence, this guy had put the ball in the back of the net twice. Now for a defender, that's pretty good. Obviously neither of those counted, but one in my opinion should have, and that was the second one. And well, defensively he wasn't that bad either. I think he actually gave a good go of it himself. And then for Millwall, I'm going to have to go with Steve Morrison. The striker was involved in many of Millwall's chances, and he was really hard for Charlton to deal with. And well, as much as I don't want to say, he was involved in actually getting Takeda sent off, which obviously he was playing those mind games, which some people do. That's the way that Harris tries to get our strikers to work. So that's kind of another reason why I'd say it, but obviously it's regrettably because it came at the, obviously, Takeda getting another yellow card. So anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this Millwall analysis video. Obviously, a 0-0 is probably not the best of results, and I had no goals to talk about, which is an awful shame. Really, though, it's pretty interesting every time Charlton and Millwall play, because you never know what's going to happen. Well, obviously, Millwall are unbeaten against them, but I really thought this time was the time for Charlton to actually go and win. I had that sneaky suspicion. Obviously, it didn't happen, but Charlton maybe should have won that one. So anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, I'll see you guys in the next Millwall analysis video. But until then, goodbye.